Why does boxing keep doing this again and again and again?
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino,
It's going for a true fight.
it's showtime!
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chiquilin, and I know it's been a while, but today on Chiquilin Talks Boxing, we're going to be talking about this huge weekend and the huge upset that occurred between Caleb Plant and Armando Resendiz. So let's get started. Just to briefly recap the doubleheader, we had a nice little comeback for Jamal Charlo, who faced off against Thomas Lamana, and after being out of the ring for 16 months, he made easy work of Lamana, dropping him 3 times in the fight and then getting a doctor stoppage win after the ringside doctor decided that Lamana could not continue. Though it was an early stoppage and what seemed like a weird stoppage, it was a good call since the fight looked like it wasn't gonna go any other way. Lamana was getting cooked. So Charlo had finished his side of the bargain, so now it was Caleb Plant's turn to seal the deal, but we were in for a big surprise. Caleb Plant had a solid lead for the first 3 to 4 rounds, using and implementing his style on Resendiz, yet Resendiz persevered, timed, and parried Caleb Plant very well and hit him with some very hard shots. Caleb Plant was visibly hurt multiple times throughout the fight, and what frustrated me the most was the complete lack of major adjustments from him. Resendiz came to fight, and he won that fight, and credit to him. Believe it or not, I actually ran into Armando Resendiz at the Mandalay Bay after the weigh-in, and I told him straight up, I know you believe in yourself, I believe in you too. I think you beat him, I'm rooting for you. And Armando Resendiz did beat Caleb Plant and won the WBA regular super middleweight championship of the world, and the crowd was happy. Just hear this.
Scores the bout 115 to 113 to Caleb Plant. Season 116 to 112 in favor of the winner and the new.
With this major upset, Resendiz has now officially spoiled the script again, and just like we've seen in other recent cases, this has been a big problem that boxing has been doing in recent memory. For example, on December 2nd, 2009, Bernard Hopkins faced Enrique Ornelas in a stay busy fight, cruising to a dominant unanimous decision victory. The bout was meant to set the stage for a long-awaited rematch with Roy Jones Jr., who was also fighting on the same night in Australia. However, things took a turn for the worst, where Roy Jones Jr. was shockingly knocked out in the first round by Danny Green, a devastating loss that completely derailed the momentum for their rematch. If you don't remember, let me just remind you real quick.
Roy Jones Jr. is down! He's gone!
While the rematch eventually took place in 2010, the big hype the fight had behind it was not as big as it was. The Day of Reckoning card also spoiled plans for a highly contested heavyweight fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, where instead of fighting each other right away, they both had separate bouts on the same card, with Anthony Joshua fighting Otto Wallin and Wilder fighting Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker shocked many and dominated Deontay Wilder, arguably getting the biggest win of his professional career.
From New Zealand, he is Big Joseph Parker!
Joseph Parker delivers in the biggest fight of his life.
Anthony Joshua, though, who hadn't been putting out great performances, put out a big one against Otto Wallin, and Otto Wallin would not want to come out the 5th round. Another big fight derailed, but it wouldn't be the last time another fight was ruined. Just a month ago, Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero headlined a massive card that was set right in the middle of Times Square in New York. On this card was Devin Haney, who was scheduled to fight Jose Ramirez. These two bouts were considered tune-ups for both fighters, and the plan was for them to fight each other later this year. However, Devin Haney looked like a shell of himself, arguably putting out the most boring performance ever in boxing history, and looked scared to engage against a smaller, older Jose Ramirez. Devin Haney won this fight via unanimous decision, yet he left many questions unanswered after that performance. Ryan Garcia was up next, but he would also disappoint with his performance as well. Ryan Garcia was dropped in the second round by Rolly after throwing a left hook, which Rolly blocked and knocked Ryan down with a left hook of his own. Rolly took control of this fight after the knockdown, and it resulted in a huge upset, spoiling plans for a highly contested showdown between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Now these guys still might fight, but only time will tell. So the question stands, why does boxing keep doing this over and over and over again? We have lost many great matchups due to the marination for these fights, and it'll only keep going up if promoters and or fighters keep up with this system. How awesome would it have been to see all these fights go through? It almost seems like there's a curse between these type of events, and usually it seems like there's a big fighter who was supposed to lose, losing the fight. So now we're at a crossroad. Do we still see Caleb Plant fight Jermall Charlo, or will Armando Resendiz take Plant's spot? Many great matchups have been haunted and or ruined because of these warm-up marination fights that shouldn't have happened in the first place and should have happened from the get-go. But what do you guys think? Should fighters and promoters stop with this event strategy? And is it even worth it? And should they have learned their lesson? Because look, there have been 3 major events, 3 fights, and 3 upsets that have occurred from this event strategy. Maybe it's time for the promoters to look at it a different way. Maybe make the fights that we want to see instead of this marination type stuff that it doesn't even work out. I just knew Caleb Plant would lose last night because that's just how things happen. But anyways guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. My name's Chiquilin, and thank you for watching another video on Chiquilin Talks Boxing. Make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to follow my Twitter at JJDayBoxing. I'll see you guys later.